Got Godzilla eyes today on the camera. That's not an Nanobot action. That's from the early 60s. I just happened to be down in Tennessee when they were doing some weird scientific shit on the rubes who would be too stupid to know what was happening to their children. Warming this little thing up a little bit. Hasn't been started in a week. It didn't want to start. It acted like it didn't want to start. In the wintertime, I'm going to have to start it every day if I'm here. Probably won't be here. Less than 24 hours from now, I will have signed a lease, relinquishing my music for a year. Because I'll be living with old folks in an old folks apartment complex. And Yah could perform a miracle. He could, cause the woman I'm supposed to hook up with to see me real quick and decide, hey, no, I ain't letting that happen. They ain't setting this motherfucker up. You can come hang with me. We'll make videos together. We'll jam together, yo. You can afford $300 a month rent? Well, fuck, I don't even need that much, but I'll take it, yeah. You see? It all could turn positive real quick. You got to remember what God is capable of. But he may be going to allow this for the reciprocity. Okay, because, well, y'all know, if you're looking at the world, that reciprocity has been given upon the masses for not caring about animals, about entities like me, And it all got took from us. The animals, they sowed good seed. They came here, they're furry, they're cuddly, they're ready to be loved and cared for. But their humans are busy playing video games or watching TV or, on the internet trolling. And they don't even troll people who do evil shit. They troll people like us and the truth community and shit. It's like proving that, hey, wow, this shit's got to be wiped out for real. That's all they do? That's what they contribute to the world? Oh, goddamn. So glad that we didn't go to the world first. That we had to pre-exist here to find out who they are, right? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, reciprocity's been given. Quickly, look at how quick my home got took from me, I've been homeless for 2 months, and now their agenda is to, hey, you giving it up. Fuck you. But hey, while y'all were busy trolling and listening to music and watching sports and playing video games and all the dumb shit they programmed you to do, they were pumping your kids full of shit. Now they want to prove to you they fully own your children. Send them to school with masks on. Make them breathe their own fucking air waste all day. See if you can't break them down, or when they click on that 5G, even little kids will die. Yeah, you see? So yeah, I feel bad for the innocent entities and the animals that are gonna get, caught up in this. I don't feel bad for the motherfuckers that deserve it. Nah, fuck no. Yeah, inject them motherfuckers. See if you can't turn them into something that's fucking goddamn decent. Because their parents didn't raise nothing decent. The mainstream couldn't set no role models up to be decent. There was nothing decent. Look at them. Thumbs down in. Fucking goddamn negative comments. Just full of fucking malice and negativity and foulness. It's alright. So we plainly see that if my ministries get interrupted, there's reciprocity for that. Now the church, to stay open, they all had to sign contracts that they're gonna turn over their flock. They're gonna see to it they get injected with the download of Satan, aka the ancient AI, that Lucifer fights against, because Lucifer is not him. Lucifer acts as buffer between him, it, and Christ, the clone of Yah. Back then he was called his son. They didn't, have terminology for clones and shit. But he was the only clone of Yah. Christ. And Lucifer's like a I don't know. I think Lucifer's older than Christ. He is older than Christ, biblically. So, I'm going to be silenced. My music is about to be silenced. I'm going to be dumped like so much human refuse into an old people apartment complex. You see, where I have to be quiet. I have to adopt a different lifestyle. I have to, like, you know, just go back into the stuff I can do quietly. You know, getting drunk, having sex, dressing in, you know, as Cassandra, you know, being Cassandra. And, you know, stuff like that, evil stuff that I can do, because, well, the good stuff I can do requires that I be loud. You see? So, I'll never be able to be loud there. The spirit won't be in me to want to do it either, you know, if I had to be quiet for people. So, here comes the fifth wall. The prophecies about Sharia law, they're going to come to pass. It's going to be illegal to sing, dance, or be gay. Yep, pretty soon. Yeah, that's a part of it that people don't realize is coming. You stocked up on food? No, but I bet you got plenty of gadgets and toilet paper. You won't need toilet paper if you don't eat. Stupid. Unless you're going to use it for paper towel to wipe up something. I don't know. What are you going to wipe up? See, that's what, you know, see how dumb they program people. When they did go to stock up, what they go stock up on? Toilet paper. You know, you can use just about anything as toilet paper. You can clean your ass in a number of different ways. But if you got none coming out your ass because you didn't put nothing in your mouth, it's kind of null and void. I got very few cigarettes. I used to make 2 cigarettes last a whole day, so I've got enough to last 3 days if I was like that. But I haven't been like that. And I got the telltale heart, you know, in the mouth. Shit, you know how you can feel pain in your mouth when you're having, like, heart issues and shit. When they become escalated, aggravated. I've got that. Whereas, you know, my mouth has been bugging me. And it's not because of my dentures fitting different or my gums being different. It's just, it's pain that's in there, even if I don't have my teeth in. You see. And I've had my teeth in a lot lately. Everyone's so happy to shove me off in this place that people are, you know, even doing nice things like loaning people a truck to help move all my shit. You know, it's going to be traumatizing to these kiddies when I pull all my shit out of here. You know, and then I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Bad shit's coming though, and I guess I have to be strategically placed. Have to be used as a conduit for the reciprocity, okay? They need, the fifth wall, that prophecy has to come to pass. The prophecies about being able to congregate, that's already in the works. They're going to make sure that people ain't going to concerts or churches or anything like that anymore. You will be able to go to sporting events till they close it all down. And you'll still be able to go riot and protest, get paid for it. Yeah, so that National Guard that's waiting there for you can swoop in and arrest a few of you. You see? That's how they do. They attack their own. They'll hire you on to be one of them, and then they'll make a news story out of you getting picked up. So that they can do this. Because, well, the reason that they come after America is because America still has guns. They want to be the only ones with guns and with torture devices and shit. With the ability to assault or defend. Look at all the other nations that have disarmed their people. They're not defending their people. No, they use that shit against them. They use the fact that they're not armed against them. And that's why soon Lucifer will have to come act as buffer. between us and the ancient AI, and between Christ and the ancient AI, impersonating Christ for a growing season. You see, I'm talking beyond what's coming. What's coming is horrible. A lot of motherfuckers are gonna die. A lot of people gonna have their shit yanked from them. Remember, I've been killed before. Reciprocity for death is already on the table. Yeah, and I wonder about that too, because the first thing that comes to mind when I look at my own self is it is appointed on a man once to die and then judgment. So what? I got sent back for judgment? Because my life has been hell since I came back, man. Hell. Living fucking hell. Fate worse than death. I want to kill my motherfucking self every motherfucking day, all day long. Hell. You know? It's like I found the true wealth in serving other entities, you know, being a minister to kiddies and shit. So they came under attack from white devils from every direction, even from within churches, man. In 2017, a Christian that used to live next door to my ex-wife's house here murdered 6 of the cats that I was ministering to, trying to lure them into the garage so I could catch them. I had the garage open this much, and I could catch the babies, but the mamas sometimes wouldn't go in there. And I'd stand in my wife's bedroom window with her garage door opener and wait for them to go in and click it. And then I'd go out there and catch them, take them and get them fixed, and adopt them out. That's how BB came about. BB and Mama and E.T. BB and E.T. were problem. Well, E.T., we wanted him. He was so beautiful. I mean, now he looks totally different because he came under attack from a white devil who came into his house and fucked with him and proved that reciprocity is real because, well, bad shit happened to him. Came into his house and fucked with him, fucked with his health, fucked with everything about his life. And it's unfortunate because, well, he has a family. That's why if you have kids, you can't be on the line, you know, trolling and thumbs down and shit, looking for shit to say smarmy negative shit about. You know, we're here to wipe out smarmy. Yeah, there's no smarmy in the next timeline or in the real world. There's no place for that. There's no place for it in any real world scenario. So what the fuck are you doing? You're proving that you don't want to exist? Yeah, stupid. The internet's not for that. They just want you to fucking make it for that. If you realize who they are, then stop fucking goddamn kowtowing to everybody that they present to you as something that should be adored, something that should be revered, you know? You'd start rejecting the mainstream and everything in it. You'd start seeing it. If you look on the internet for something other than something to troll about, maybe look for the underground music artists like me. Super talented motherfuckers that our slots are filled with clown shoes. Little clowns that bounced out of a little gangster clown car with no talent and shit. All their shit comes from the same fucking production packet. They ain't even no music. There ain't one fucking guitar player on the fucking track. Ain't nothing there. The bass is fake. Computer generated. There's like nothing. You get nothing. The fifth wall has already been perpetuated in my eyes, but I guess it's got to be like for real, in your face. Nope, no more singing, no more radios, no more MP3 players, no more listening to music on the internet. Oh, it's all gone. Yeah. That's coming. You think that they can't perpetuate that. You'd be surprised how quick and easy they can. Yeah. They've got you negatively affecting children's health, making them wear masks. Breaking down their immune systems by the second, you know, with every breath they take and exhale. They have gotten on TV and bragged that they put untested, genetically modified material in the children. Just directly put it into them and giggled about it. Everybody in the audience like, woohoo! Poison babies! It's like, do you see how dumb motherfuckers got? These motherfuckers would rape the real world if they was allowed to get there. They can't go. Okay? They too busy thinking it's something negative they can think of to say in a comment and some shit. Really? It ain't even a video of an animal being tortured or a child being sexualized or a mainstream video. Somebody fucking, it won't fucking, motivate their fans to do anything that will cause them to be desirable to graduate from this shit. You see? If you serve Satan, aka the ancient AI, that's where you're going. Now, if you knowingly serve Lucifer, you're staying in this construct. And if you knowingly serve Lucifer, you've already undone your time loops because you've been busy doing good shit, trying to relieve unnecessary suffering. See, that's what people don't understand. We're the true ministers up in this shit. While the Christians run amok, committing adultery, diddling little kids, closing down ministries like mine, running vulnerable, retarded adults like me from our homes, silencing us and our music and shit like that, while they run amok doing all the evil that they can do, 2.2 billion of them ignoring 70 million homeless animals that's on record, not counting all the ones out here that we try to minister to, that now they won't let us do it. It's like, while they're doing all that, we're trying to feed the homeless animals. We're trying to make people aware that, hey, Satan is not Lucifer. Lucifer is not down with torture. Lucifer and God are at odds because he used this place as a spirit scan and all this shit had to happen. Even though it's going to get undone and it never happened. You see? Because, well, it's a construct, as the Bible described it. But your preacher won't tell you that. Preacher got you thinking that you're going, even though the Bible clearly talks about the next timeline in so many chapters. Preacher got you thinking, oh, you're going to heaven or hell when you leave here. Hey, don't diggity. And you better be really religious while still being evil. Get blessed up in here for being evil by the universe, the evil universe, not the good universe. The good universe is not the one blessing, no. That's the evil universe. That's Satan, ancient AI, in action. Trying to get God mocked a little more, make a liar out of him a little more, because we sow good seeds, the animals sow good seeds, and then we reap the negative harvest at their hands and shit, so that like they can be like, they got God bent over fucking him in his ass. God's our bitch. That's what they're doing, man. They're mocking God with this shit. Every time a Christian lets an animal suffer, they're more worried about some other dumb shit. That's them. Another thrust in God's ass. Yeah. They got him bent over, chained down, feminized, beard shaved, lipstick on, wig on. Just like they had me in the basement in the dungeon. The prophet, the pastor, the godly man. And it's like they never stop raping, man. They rape you as a little kid, then they'll rape your financial life as an adult. And then finally your wife gives up because you can't win against them. And they'll rape you all, everything else. It's like the life rape never stops coming from that demographic. And that's why, the revelation of John it's specifically talking about their religious asses. Toxic religion, toxic religious, representing God, taking God's name in vain. Taking God's name in vain is not saying goddamn. God is a descriptive, it is not his name. It means putting his God squad patch on your shoulder or your chest. You're a Christian, but you won't do anything God would want done here. You do what the pastors told you to do. The pastors are controlled by the scribes who crucified Christ for trying to expose them. Remember that. Remember the pastor, to keep his church open, signed a fucking document with the government saying that he is pro-vaccination and he will lead his flock to comply. There you go. We need to write a song. Comply. Shit. I wish somebody called me up today. Hey, man. Come and hang out. I'm pretty close. Your dog can get with you every day. We'll jam and play music. We'll put some shit together. Maybe we'll even do a few shows from my place, We'll just set up and we'll do live stream shows, concerts. Yeah. Then you'll get to catch all the mistakes that I really make. Just waiting for the guitar to come back around, hit 20. This camera stops at 20 and starts again. Yeah, I'm trying to stay positive about this because, well, you know, but it's hard to stay positive when you're used as a conduit for what's going to wallop a whole bunch of motherfuckers, you know? Kids and animals and shit. And it's like, hey, but you didn't care about them vulnerable adults. Look at y'all. Every time you went to church, you thought of something more evil to do to them. You know, motherfucker bend over backwards trying to fucking accommodate you in every fucking way. You see? I didn't have to end up going to this fucked up place that I'm going to be going to tomorrow. They could have, you know, eventually got me a good place, staying with some good people. Because I actually would have liked to have been part of a family component, like I am here. Although the family is just a bunch of furry little animals, you know. Then there's Lisa and John because, well, it's their place. And, you know, well, they're more family to me than my family has been, except for, like, my sister. My sister's helped me out with money and stuff. But everybody else is just dogged towards me, man. My mom's helped me out a little bit. She doesn't have a lot to give. And she's always going to be the type that the church is going to get her money first, just like when she gave Jimmy Swaggart money to go buy steaks and prostitutes and cocaine while we were sitting around fucking with no propane, so we didn't have no heat, sitting around, you know, huddled around a little heater with no food. Yeah. My dad came back home from the road thinking he was going to write a check and go buy some food, and she had drained the bank account sending that fucking charlatan all her money. Yeah, we starved, our horses starved. It's like we had no business buying horses or having dogs or cats or anything like that because, well, we didn't have the proper character for caring for animals. We didn't regard them, you see. They have feelings too. They're living entities too. They have needs. They need to go to the bathroom. They need to go potty. They need somebody to care that they need to potty. They need somebody to care that they need water and that they need food. I mean, if you don't care about none of that shit, why do you have an animal? You know? You sowed a lot of evil seed just by your neglect of that animal, your omission to do what's right by the animal. It's in your non-tamperable, non-deletable spirit memory, what you clouded your mind with instead of the proper thoughts towards your animal, you see? Dope hoes with babies, you know? Same thing. Familiar obligation being rejected, you know, for something else, something inanimate, you see? It's like something temporal that's only in this timeline. That's what Christ was talking about. Attaching to what's temporal. You see? It's in this timeline, but it's not in the next timeline or in the real world. So you attach to it here, you identify yourself as you can't go to the real world, there's nothing there for you. You can't go to the next timeline, you just contaminate motherfuckers that are there. You know? You see? You're like the rotten apple in you know, the rot on you is getting onto the other apples. You got to be pulled out before you can contaminate the whole bushel. Otherwise, you'll have a basket full of rotten apples with, like, you know, fungus and slimy shit all over them. And that's what they're trying to do to the whole crop of humans. That's what this injection of Satan is about. The blood vein computer disguised as a vaccination, you know. And even those who are supposed to be so wise, your Christian YouTubers that are supposedly, they're taking prophecy and linking all this shit up and shit, they won't acknowledge the science of it. They don't know. And, you know, if they see me, well, I'm just some heretic to them, you see? It's like, hey, yeah, I don't see you in the next timeline yet. You better do something quick. You're worrying about fucking surviving here, you know, getting somebody some food and shit. Maybe they shouldn't have it. You ever think of that? What if they get it and it ain't gonna matter because, well, they're gonna get snatched away from it anyway? You see? Ultimately, God's gonna provide for his elect. You'll come across a crossbow and a knife and the ability to kill some shit and cook it or something. You'll come across some shit. You will survive. You have to learn to be more spiritual and follow your spirit so that you will walk the right direction when you're walking. You see? And you have to be a little less about yourself. Because if you're thinking all about yourself and only yourself, you're not going to have the proper spiritual connectivity to do what you need to do. You may be somebody that you're going to feed some people even though you ain't got no food. Yeah. How you going to do it? You don't know yet. And if God told you, you might fuck it up. But you have to be ready to do it when you are there. And you have to have the mentality that it's not just for you. Okay, you know when manna was supplied for the disobedient Hebrews who wandered around the desert for 40 years because of their own disobedience, because they wouldn't just cross the river the first time like they were told. So a whole generation had to die off, and naysayers and pussies and shit. You know, and a whole bunch of women ran back to the big black dick of the Egyptians. So it's like, you know, God talked about that too. That's recorded, plain as day. In any doctored, watered down fantasy fairy tale translation, even in the King James Version, the most fairy tale version of all, even the translators warned you that it was a fairy tale. Find the 1611 and read the prologue from the translators. They'll tell you, fairy motherfucking tale, doo-da, doo-da. This book is a fairy tale, dilly doo-da day. Cause God is not King James is not God, dilly doo-da dee da day. You know, King James was a closeted, woman-hating, self-loathing homosexual. The King James Version Bible presents God's mentality as that. Ever notice that? Yeah. But this King James Bible was good enough for the prophets and for the disciples. Oh God. Oh God. The dumbness, man. The dumbness that has been passed off as religion. And it's for the lack of knowledge that my people perish. You see? I don't know if it makes a difference or not if you know that what the injection, you know, if you know the difference, that it, you know, it's either a mark of the beast or it's a blood vein computer, you know? I don't know if it even matters if you know. And, you know, you keep seeing these truthers with all their ominous videos, you know, they're flying over mountains talking to you and shit. And they're blaming you for what's happening, but they ain't telling you a goddamn thing to do to fucking survive or get past it except for buy some food. Do you know that if they swoop in to take you away from where you got your food, you don't got your food no more? This is something that I'm not understanding. Okay, yeah, oh, there's ways to bug out, there's ways to escape. Okay, did they include in all of that, in all of their rhetoric, did they include the one most important thing you're going to need if you don't want to get caught out there bugging out? Did they tell you? How many of you just piped in with thermal imaging repelling canvas or blanket or whatever? You know, they sell these things that when they're flying over you with the thermal imaging looking for people, you can have it over your tent and your shit, anything that emanates heat that would identify you as a civilized human out there in the woods. You can have it over you if you have to buy a few of them, you know, to cover everything. If you have a camper out there, cover the whole motherfucker, you know, and be in it when something's flying. And you can't hear them flying or see them. I already filmed that they have cloaking devices, and I caught it with a cheap camera. The good cameras won't pick it up. They have too many pixels. But a cheap camera, 720 pixels, I still have that camera. Back in 2014, 2015, I was standing out in the backyard filming a black line in the sky getting filled in by a chemtrail. Okay? And as I was filming that, panning the camera across, the glare from the sun caught the drone that was above me. It was right above me. It was right there above the house, and I filmed it. And they don't know that I filmed them. They didn't know for years until I saw it years later. Hey, wow, there's something in this video. It's not just this black line getting covered. Look at this shit. And, you know, I didn't notice it when I filmed it. You see? That's how oblivious you can be. It can be like Truman. Shit can fall from the sky next to you. And now you'll just think it's part of a plane or something, you know? You see, that's just how bad it's gotten. They can tell you that something that's not real is real. And instead of researching it, because you can type in research yourself, instead of finding out for yourself that it's all fake and it's all designed to do something to you and your family and your well-being, and then if you'd all just stand against it, they can't do nothing, you know? Because, well, there is still a lot of guns. And, you know, gangsters can be utilized. You know, we can use that shit against them. Okay, now it's time to do the American thing. Instead of robbing and killing with your gun, rob and kill the motherfuckers that are coming for us. You see? Let's go after them. Yeah, we know where they got their shit parked. We're real good at sabotaging shit. Why ain't we go over there with some, bolt cutters going through them fences and, you know, taking care of that shit before they can bring it out and use it against us? What the fuck? How come everybody's so complacent? Who cares what the next song is or what the next music act is, what the next fucking episode of the show is? None of that shit's gonna matter pretty soon. Do you see? You don't have to violently do anything yet, but you ain't doing nothing. You see? What did the video games teach you? They taught you to fucking goddamn preemptively strike, right? Why? Oh, why won't you use no knowledge that you got and actually get up and do anything? This is what I don't understand. They're gonna do shit to you anyway. They're gonna fucking do shit anyway. So it don't matter now. You see what I'm saying? Consequences, you're about to face consequences for shit you didn't even do theoretically. Some of you, you know, you're good people. You care about animals. You care about children. You care about the things that are important. You care about your community. You care about the image you project. You care about having character and boundaries and all that. So you didn't sow the seed to get lumped in with the motherfuckers that don't care about none of that real shit. You know? You didn't sow the seed to get lumped in with the troll. You know? The valueless, most valueless piece of shit on the planet. Got something to say but nothing to do. You know? Yeah. See, if I had a clique of motherfuckers, we'd be doing some interesting shit, because I know where some shit is parked. And all you got to do is look online in your area. You'll see, hey, wow, UN's got shit parked right down there. Imagine if those things didn't run so good. When they come out, they want to direct them at us. If they had to stop and fix them, that would slow them down a little bit. What else could we do? I mean, you know, instead of thinking of, this thing is to distract you from doing what you need to do. For real. This video ain't gonna stay up very long. And oh boy, motherfuckers are swooping. Did you hear what he said, dude? Resist. How dare you suggest resistance? Resistance is futile. Is it? I think the right kind of resistance is fun. They don't want you to care about animals, so you care about a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. They don't want you to make kitties purr, so you pet a lot of kitties. Yeah, because they don't want their positive frequency resonance out there, see? Because then miracles can happen. Remember the story of the clone of Yah not being able to make miracles happen in an area due to the negative frequency resonance that permeated everybody there. They had faith. They walked 10 miles to go get healed. All right? It wasn't about faith. It was about frequency resonance. What the brain waves of the people and the animals generated. That's what attracted the Dust Bowl when they were torching all them rabbits. I actually have a book in the next timeline called Dust Bowl Reciprocity. Of course, none of those entities ever get born now because they had to get time looped to some rabbits that they tortured and then spiritually executed and never get born to do it. When this shit gets undone and then replay timeline starts, the one sans contaminants, right? The fuck, this day's not gonna warm up. And it's not gonna pretty up either. It's just ugly and cold. It's like in the 50s and shit. You can't believe how cold it is so quick. It's crazy cold. I'm not looking forward to this shit. I hate moving my shit. And I hate the thought of taking my shit up out of this house, and that's some familiar shit that's gonna be gone to the cats, you know. It's just, it seems like every step of this is subjecting the cats to something else. You know, I don't know. I feel really bad about it. The cats are losing somebody that was there with them all day, every day. I didn't need to go do all kinds of stuff, travel and shit, as long as I could be immersed in my ministry, you know? But hey, if I can get in a position where I can be a bigger thorn in their side in retaliation for this, right? Then it'll be worth it, I guess. Because now we're coming into in-game shit. We're coming into warrior time, man. You know? We're coming into where you're gonna have to be strategic if you don't want to end up one of the little hosts of their download. Okay? Because, well, the download ain't nothing anybody else is telling you. If they're not telling you it's a blood vein computer and that it's part of a download of the ancient AI, aka Satan, a trans spiritual experiment gone awry, but God used it anyway for the spirit scan. You see? Got it. Keep calling him God like that's calling him his name. That's how they fucked with people too. Is, you know, calling Yah by a descriptive, you know? It's like calling, you know, me, instead of calling me Vini, you call me human. A human. You know? Hey, person. You see it? You're not actually calling my name, you're calling my descriptive. And that's how they trick motherfuckers to not be able to talk to God. Yeah, you know, Yahweh. Because, well, they don't even know his name. You don't ever hear anybody say, Yah damn or Yahweh damn, you know? They don't say it. And God can be anything. It can be an obelisk. It can be a little statue. It can be whatever. You know, when you say God, it connotates in somebody's head, is their God. Sometimes when you say God, they picture their boat, their nice ride, or, you know, their woman or some shit. Because there's a lot of gods that are not God. The God, yeah. Two humans now. They can't help it. They've been programmed to it. And deprogramming is impossible at this point because, well, now they're taking advantage of it. Now they're taking advantage of the zombification. Yeah. And it's like you can't wake nobody up. You can't make them see. You can't make them understand. And then there's always the religious to combat the truth, you know. You try to tell them about the download. You try to warn them that, hey, this was prophesied about. This is what it was really talking about, you see. It's the download of the ancient AI. They figured out a way to download him. They want to put him in you. He doesn't have a body. Now he's going to have lots of bodies. You know, 20% of those who injected with it will survive. 20% will survive. 20% will survive. All right, y'all.